Ubisoft is committing corporate seppuku right in front of our eyes. Well, you know what? To be fair, it's impressive, really. They hired a bunch of 20-year-olds who studied gender studies to make possibly the most disrespectful video game of all time. You know, I haven't spoken about this game yet, so hit the like button and subscribe, baby. Because I need every single Ubisoft employee to do a CT scan right now to see if their brain is completely mush. Because, oh no, what happened? How terrible! Assassin's Creed Shadows has been pushed back until next year. Oh my god, that's so awful. Oh no. Anyway, everybody is celebrating that this thing has been pushed back because I tell you what, a drunk Japanese girl on YouTube has way more attention to detail than the entire Ubisoft development team. Because they hired people who hate Japan to make a Japanese video game. Yeah, these people deserve the absolute worst. I mean, what's crazy is that they thought they could disrespect an entire nation and get away with it. Because the amount of disrespect and just outright laziness this game shows towards Japanese culture is so obvious and so blatant that it genuinely feels unnecessarily malicious. Because in contrast, the Black Myth Wukong developers literally scanned real-life places to make that game feel hyper-realistic and beautiful. Whereas Ubisoft copy and pasted some generic Japanese structures on Google Images with pretty little cherry blossom trees and paraded that around and acted as if they were done developing the game. The irony is that Ubisoft found the single black man to ever live in medieval Japan and they immediately made him into a serial killer. Nice, that is just typical Ubisoft. See, the problem doesn't come from the fact that he's black. Because we all love Shawshank, don't we? We all love The Green Mile or Training Day. Or even The Matrix, I just watched that again recently. See, the problem comes from the fact that they use these characters to get woke points. They don't give a damn about black characters, they just give a damn about virtue signaling their little asses off. Because if DEI didn't exist, nobody would even pay attention to this at all. So Ubisoft made a game to appease weirdos that don't live in the real world, who don't buy video games anyway. They spend all their money on glue to sniff and purple hair dye. Because we can all see what they're doing, it's all for brownie points and pandering. And as long as it appeases the woke American leftists, then it makes no difference who it offends. I gotta tell ya, Ubisoft has been on a roll recently. Star Wars Outlaws, where you don't actually play as an outlaw. And now we have Assassin's Creed Shadows, where you don't play as a Japanese person. What is next? The new Gran Turismo without cars. Look, I'm joking about this, but the quality of games have completely fell off. Ubisoft was able to keep going thanks to the pandemic and the massive infusion of 10-cent cash. And now that the pandemic is over, their games suck balls and their company culture sucks even bigger balls. Everything about them is just dumpster juice wet shit. Because Assassin's Creed Shadows is what happens when people get hired to check a box versus actual competent people. Assassin's Creed is no longer the product. Diversity and representation is now the product. I tell you what, I stopped playing Assassin's Creed when Black Flag came out. Black Flag was a great game, but I saw the writing on the wall. These AC games are barely even about assassins anymore. They've literally milked the franchise dry. Every ounce of personality and effort has been drained from their creative department. Because if you screw assassins in Japan, a clear silver platter. I mean, it is just a money-making machine waiting to happen, but they just can't do it. Then you've got some agenda that you're trying to peddle. It is no longer a secret, and the irony obviously is that I remember since the beginning of time how many people were saying that they would love Japan as a setting for an AC game, and then they go and do this and screw it up royally. Well, we finally got an Assassin's Creed in Japan. Too bad it's not what we wanted. I'm here to tell you, stop buying these games. That will solve most of the issues, and quite frankly, that's what we've been doing. Ubisoft stock was 103 euros in 2018 and now it's only 12 euros. So yeah, please continue to not listen to players. It seems like a great strategy, you morons. And on that bombshell, Manix out.